beginning on Sunday, we're going to start seeing an increase in heat, and then over the next 4 or 5 days after that, heat indices could be all the way up into the hundreds. We even have one prediction of 105 and another one of 107 coming around Wednesday or Thursday. Now, obviously, none of us know the exact pattern or what those temperatures will be, but we want to be prepared for it. One of the things that we also want to do is remind residents that there are options here that to stay cool. The most important thing, though, is to check on your fellows, or excuse me, your neighbors rather, and make sure that they are doing well. The Department of Family and Support Services is going to be operating a number of cooling centers, and they'll be addressing that in just a few minutes. I want to remind you that you can call your park district if you want to take a dip in a pool or run to the beach. They'll have the hours of operation. They'll let you know what's open, what's not, and what the hours are. As a reminder, on behalf of the Chicago Fire Department, please do not open the fire hydrants. It has a dramatic and direct impact on water pressure, and the fire department needs that water pressure to fight fires. Also, don't forget your pets. Pets are important. They are affected by the heat in the same manner that humans are in many ways, so please don't forget them. We'll continue to work with the National Weather Service to keep these updates and get this information out. We also encourage everyone to sign up for www.alertchicago.com and click on the Notify Chicago button for emergency weather updates. With that, I want to tell you that we will not be standing up the OEMC, or excuse me, the EOC at this point, but we are prepared to do so along with our partners, as you see behind me. With that, I'm going to introduce the the first deputy of the Department of Family and Support Services, John Pfeiffer. John.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm John Pfeiffer, First Deputy Commissioner of the Chicago Department of Family and Support Services. As you know, the Chicagoland area is anticipating extreme heat and humidity for the next few days, which can present challenges for many of Chicago's residents, particularly our most vulnerable. The Chicago Department of Family and Support Services is prepared to work around the clock to help our communities cope with the effects of severe weather. Our department coordinates the operation of the city's cooling centers, which we also provide transportation to cooling centers for residents in need with limited mobility, and we conduct well-being checks for at-risk residents, including individuals who have disabilities and senior citizens. Residents who seek relief from the heat can visit any of the city's cooling centers within our 6 community service centers across the city. Our community service centers are open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. In addition, the city's 19 senior centers also serve as venues where older Chicagoans can go to seek relief from the heat. On weekends, city-operated facilities, including libraries, park facilities, and police stations, will serve as cooling centers. Seniors or individuals with limited mobility may call 311 to request a ride to any of our centers. During this extreme heat and humidity, we are asking Chicagoans to check on any older or frail neighbors, particularly those with disabilities, poor health, or those who may be isolated from friends and family. Our department will be using our home care services, such as home-delivered meals and case management, to check on seniors and inquire about their well-being. We have also notified our well-being task force, which includes nearly 70 public agencies and private businesses, to be alert during the dangerous weather ahead and to report any senior or vulnerable person who is at risk from the heat. If you are concerned about anyone, please call 311 immediately to request a well-being check or to locate the nearest cooling facility. We will send an emergency services outreach team to assist you. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is for our residents to be vigilant in their communities, not only during periods of extreme weather, but all year long. Our department, along with our sister agencies, depend on our residents to provide us with information about the well-being of neighbors and family members. We want our residents to enjoy a safe summer, so remember that a simple call to 311 can save a life. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce Dr. Bishara Shukhair, the Commissioner of the Chicago Department of Public Health.
Thank you, John. Good afternoon, everyone. And let me start with a clear message. Extreme heat and humidity are more than an inconvenience. They are dangerous and can be deadly. 4 things all of us should follow. 1, be sure to drink plenty of water and stay hydrated. And that does not include alcohol or caffeine. 2, keep your body cool. And if you don't have access to air conditioning, pick up the phone and call 311 for the nearest cooling center. 3, avoid going out in the heat. If you have to go out, make sure you wear light, loose-fitting clothes and make sure you put a hat on as well to protect your head. And 4, please remember to check on your relatives, neighbors, and friends who are elderly, especially if they live alone. They are in the greatest danger in extreme heat and humidity. I also encourage us all to be aware of symptoms of heat exhaustion and heat stroke. They develop after prolonged exposure to heat and inadequate hydration. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, fainting, sweating, fast and shallow breathing, fast pulse, extremely high body temperature, like 103 or so. If you think someone is suffering from heat stroke or from heat exhaustion, take action immediately and call 911 and try to move the person to a cool place. Much more information are available about heat-related illnesses on our website at www.cityofchicago.org/health. Thank you, and let me introduce Mike Guerra, Vice President for External Affairs at COMED.
Thank you. My name is Mike Guerra. I'm Vice President of External Affairs at ComEd. In light of the high temperatures this weekend throughout our northern service territory, ComEd has taken steps to respond and be prepared for any heat-related issues. ComEd, in partnership with the city, has taken steps and developed plans to respond to the heat. These include increased staffing in the event of power outages over the weekend. Today's hot temperatures are occurring after violent storms which struck our service territory. We are working to ensure that virtually all our customers are restored prior to midnight tonight. The company is also monitoring conditions, and we will continue to do so around the clock. We will remain in contact with public officials should any potential issues arise. If customers experience an outage or have any questions about their ComEd service, they are urged to call 1-800-EDISON-1 or 800-334-7661.